How do I know if I suck at guitar? I'm sorry, but you do. If you're good, you know it. All right. Question number 2. Dear the guitarist, how do I know when to change my strings? Well, that's an excellent question. I'm glad you asked. Now, first off, you can change your strings anytime you want. No, don't ever let anybody tell you you can't change your strings if you want to change your goddamn strings. You change those fucking strings whenever the hell you want. It'll give you a nice bright tone and make the strings feel a little good. You know, take a second for them to stretch out. Now, assuming we're asking the question in terms of how long can I wait to change my strings, and I guess a few other things to think about. One, well, when you break a string, more than likely you broke it somewhere where you can't just restring it. It's not long enough anymore. So in that case, you're at least going to have to change that string. Of course, I know this fucking obvious, guys. Sorry how fucking obvious that is. Like, you know. Other things you might look for, you actually start seeing rust on the string sometimes, and that just gets a little nasty to play. And you probably want to go ahead and swap some strings out at that point. That's another thing. If you want to be even more proactive than that, you can take your finger underneath and then you can kind of slide, and newer strings that'll just feel all nice and smooth. But if you've been on there for a while, you'll feel a little like dents in there. I know it feels weird that you think that you wouldn't feel that, but you will when strings get older and stuff like that. So that gives you a clue as to how much use you probably put it through. Another thing to think about is even past those things. Now that's kind of more like if you're just rocking at home or something. But if you're going to play a gig, then in that case you're probably going to want to change the strings before you go if you're going to be playing for any extended amount of time, or if you think you're going to be rocking super hard. Because sometimes when you're out rocking super hard somewhere, you'll fucking start jamming harder than you will when you're ever just playing or at practice or something like that. So that's something to keep in mind. A lot of times the strings are more likely to break if you're out playing at a gig or something. So you definitely want to have backup strings with you, and you want to, like I say, probably change your strings ahead of time. Now, depending on how long your gig is, you might want to, like if you're doing something kind of short, you might want to change strings ahead of time and go ahead and play on it for at least a few minutes and kind of stretch them out. I actually we'll pull on the strings, that gets them all good and tight on the tuner, so you start holding a good tune. Whenever you first change some strings, there's not always, it takes a little bit to get stretched out till they start holding a good tune. So there you go. There's some tips on when you should change your strings. As far as the time frame goes, it kind of just depends on conditions and how much you play. So, if you want to just set a schedule, that's fine. I don't think it's all that necessary. All right, question number 3. What should I do if I rock like hell, but I'm really fucking ugly? Why the fuck you asking me? Fuck you, motherfucker! You're no longer my fan. Whoever was wrote that shit, fuck you. I don't know nothing about that goddamn shit. I'm attractive as hell. I'm fucking beautiful.
Time is flowing backward to a life without a care. Try to find a memory